Hello and welcome to another episode of Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Animal wrangling for us again today is Tammy, and she is one of our very experienced dog volunteers, and she has Zoe with her right now. Zoe is about 1 year old, and she is a relatively new member to the adoption floor. A lot of the dogs that we're going to be showing you today have actually been here a while and been on the show before, but for whatever reason haven't been able to find loving families yet. But Zoe is a new addition to the adoption floor. She's a brown and white pit bull mix, and she was previously owned. Unfortunately, her owner didn't fill out a profile, so we don't have a lot of personal details about her as far as what she likes, what she doesn't like. We're just figuring that out kind of as we go along. She is a younger dog, so she does have a lot of that puppy energy in her. When you're taking home a dog that's just a year old, you're going to have to expect that they're still going to need some of that training. They might not have their manners yet. They have high energy levels. Pit bulls in general need to have, a place to run and play and get exercise, so that as you can see, she's very muscular. She's going to need that. Otherwise, she can be overweight. She could be bored. When animals are bored, they tend to get into trouble. They can chew up your couch. They can, get into trouble by destroying other things. So you want to make sure that she has that proper outlet. Since she's been in the shelter, we have behavior assessed her, as we do all of the dogs that are available for adoption. And we found out that she keeps her kennel pretty clean. However, we always encourage people who are adopting a dog from us to re-house train their dogs. Even if you're the dog that is coming into the shelter was perfectly house trained, when they get used to living in the kennel environment, there's not always someone to take them out when they need to go out. So it's okay for them to go in their kennels. So you need to remind them that that's no longer okay once they get into a home. But Zoe is very friendly. She reacts favorably to other dogs. If you're interested in adding her as a second canine to your family, she is young and she is very strong, so she does pull when she walks, so a harness would be a good option for her, but she doesn't have issues with food aggression. As far as guarding, she really likes her toys. Sometimes she doesn't want to give up the object, so working on things where you trade with her, those types of things would be good. And she really enjoys being petted and handled. She relaxes, but sometimes she gets very playful, as we've seen a little bit today when she first came out. But Zoe's going to be a great addition to any household. We have no restrictions on who would be able to adopt her, just keeping in mind that she does have a high energy level, and she will need someone who's going to be able to give her the exercise that she needs. If you're interested in Zoe, you can visit with her here at Frederick County Animal Control. We are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our next guest is one of those animals that's already been on the show once before. This is Mika, and she has been with us since the end of September and still has not found a loving home to call her own. And she is one of our senior animals on the adoption floor. She's between 6 and 7 years old. And when we have animals that are seniors, we do offer senior discounts. For our adult dogs, our adoption fee is normally $92.50. When animals are between the ages of 5 and 9, we offer a $20 discount, which would apply for Mika here, and so she would go home for a fee of $72.50. Animals that are between the ages of 10 and 14 would then get a $40 discount, and animals that are 15 and older would get a $60 discount in their adoption fee. It's not because these seniors have any less value, but sometimes they have more medical expenses that people, that extra bit of money that people saved could help with those things. Sometimes people don't want to adopt a senior dog, or a cat for that matter, and it gives them a little bit of an incentive to maybe look at an animal that would be a great fit for their family, but they might have not wanted to take on because they're a little older. As you can see, even though she's technically a senior dog, Mika still has plenty of energy, plenty of life left in her, and she does really well with the other dogs in the shelter. We use her a lot in our various puppy play groups. So because she's an older dog, she's calmer. She helps keep the other animals a little bit calmer. We parallel walk with her with other dogs, and she does really well with that. So if you had another dog and wanted to make her part of your family, then she would be a good option. She's lived in homes with other dogs. She's lived in homes with cats. So she has a lot of different experiences, and she's been around a lot of different types of people. She does really well. One of the things that is very important if you're interested in adopting Mika for her great personality is that she is a dog that has some health issues. Mika has chronic ear infections, which is something that is important to understand. We provide you with a medical profile that you need to read before you can visit with a dog, and she has some information in here regarding her ears and different allergies that she has, and an inability to care for and maintain financially those medical needs is what actually brought Mika to us. So you want to make sure that you can take those things on. Because she does have those chronic ear infections, we've also listed her as being required to go to a home with older children or adults only. It's not because she wouldn't do well with children, it's because sometimes kids don't understand proper places to touch the animals, and if you're touching with her around her ears a lot, that could be painful to her, and then she might snap, nip at a child. So we just want to put both her and every family in a safe situation where that wouldn't happen. So that's the reason for that. If you were interested in adopting Mika, please stop by the shelter and visit with her. We are open 6 days a week to the public. That's Monday through Saturday. The hours of operation are, the hours that the kennels are open are on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. They're open from 10 to 5. On Wednesday and Thursday, they're open from 12 to 8. And on Saturday, they are open from 10 to 4. This handsome guy is Aries, and he's about 3 years old, and he came in at the end of September as well, and still looking for a new forever home. He did spend about a 2-week period in our quarantine area because he had a bit of kennel cough, so we treated him for that, and he's since come back out and is made available for adoption again. Aries has a great coloring. He's blue and fawn and white. He's a very handsome guy. He's very muscular. He's another one of those dogs that's going to need a lot of time out running around, ways to keep his mind active when he's inside. One of the things with a lot of these dogs is that they love their stuffies or their squeaky toys, but sometimes they will destroy them, as Aries is attempting to do right now, which means that if you have those toys for them at home, that's great, but you just have to supervise them when they're doing that. Inside, the stuffing or the actual squeaky part, the animals could ingest that, and then that could cause a serious medical problem for them. So if they love those types of toys like Aries does, let them have them, but you just have to make sure that you're supervising them so that they can't hurt themselves with the pieces once that animal has long since been destroyed there. With Aries was brought to the shelter because they said he had aggression issues with the current dog in their house. So sometimes here, Aries doesn't like some of the other dogs that he interacts with, but he has been going out on parallel walks with some of the other dogs as well. Our Facebook page is a great resource for people who are interested in adopting and want to find more information out about our adoptable animals. The volunteers that work with the animals here often go on their profile pictures on our Facebook page and make comments about their interactions with the animals. So, you know, if an animal has been in puppy playgroup, then the people that were there that day might go and write about how they did with whatever dogs they were interacting with. Volunteers know what things they like, if they're cuddly, if, you know, all of those types of things. So it's a good resource to have. It's also important to look at the behavior assessment that we've filled out. So, you know, he's very friendly, Aries is. He is a little difficult to walk in that he pulls a little bit, but he seemed to walk much nicer when he came in here today. He doesn't have issues with food aggression. He willingly lets go of objects. He likes to be petted. He's just a very kind of handsome, stoic guy, according to some of our kennel staff here. And he needs a new forever home. So if you want to make your home his new home, then you can stop and visit with him here at Frederick County Animal Control. And again, his adoption fee would be $92.50. The last animal that we have before the break for you is Spotty. And Spotty is one of the many guinea pigs that we have available for adoption right now. We have approximately 20 guinea pigs in-house. About 10 of them are on the adoption floor. The other half are still waiting to be processed and made available for adoption. Because we have so many of these guinea pigs right now, we have lowered our adoption fee for them by 50%. Normally our guinea pigs are adopted out for a fee of $10, but right now all of our guinea pigs throughout the entire month of December will be adopted for a fee of just $5. Guinea pigs are kind of a good pet if you need something that's smaller, that maybe you want an entry-level pet, but you need to understand that the guinea pigs still require a lot of care and maintenance. It's important to do your research, because even though they can spend most of their time in a confined cage, they still need time to out to exercise and play. They are social animals. They're herd animals. They need to be handled like Spotty's being handled right now. They need that affection, that social time. They really do thrive when they have at least one friend to hang out with. So do your research to make sure that you can properly provide all of the care that they require. They cannot just sit in their cages all day long. A lot of people maybe have allergies to cats or dogs, but they still want that pet that's going to provide them with love and affection. And a guinea pig is a good option because they do recognize you, they do talk to you. They're most verbally active kind of in the morning and in the evening. And they chirp and squeak and squeal, and they get excited when they see people. And some of them are more active than others, just like any animal. Some of them are very playful, some of them are kind of more mellow, some of them are shyer, and we have a lot of different ones to choose from. And Spotty is one of the guinea pigs that's been with us the longest. Guinea pigs also require a special diet, so you need to make sure that you're providing them with their necessary hay, their pellets, in addition to fruits and veggies, mostly veggies. Just like any animal, you want to introduce new things to them slowly. If you are interested in adopting a guinea pig, a good resource to learn more information is a local rescue, which we get a lot of our information from, called Small Angels. They specialize in the small animals, small rodents, so the guinea pigs, the hamsters, the mice, things like that, rats, and they can give you a lot of information about them. So if you're interested in Spotty. Spotty is an Abyssinian guinea pig, but we also have different varieties of guinea pigs back there, different colors. He's one of our bigger guinea pigs. He's about 3 years old. We do have some even smaller and younger guinea pigs back there. So there's a lot to choose from right now. But you really want to make sure that you're not just taking advantage of our promotion just because they're only $5. You still have to be able to provide the appropriate cages for them. They need things to chew on so that their teeth don't get too long. So paper towel holders and things like that, so that they're able to maintain their own health. You have to make sure that you can provide them with all of the care that they need. Instead of just, okay, I'm going to put it in a cage. When you adopt from us, we do provide a lot of things for adopters. We make sure that they're health checked. We usually give them some kind of flea and tick preventative, but it's your responsibility to buy your own shelters for your animals. We do not provide them for you. If you're interested in taking home Spotty or Pikachu or any of the many guinea pigs that we have available right now, it's important to stop by and visit with them. We have profiles from their previous owners that you can look at. On this one it says that Pikachu is a little bit shy, Spotty, excuse me, is a little bit shy, that he really likes apples as his treat. So there's stuff that you can learn about the animals here to make sure it's going to be a good fit for your house. If you are interested in incorporating one of our single guinea pigs into a group that you already have, you need to do it properly. You can't just throw one in there with the others. You have to put their cages next to each other for a while, let them get used to seeing each other, and then you can work to putting them in the same habitat. If you are looking to adopt 2 guinea pigs that are already friends, we have that set up as well. We have 2 bonded pairs, and then we have several other guinea pigs that are housed together that are comfortable with each other but could do well on their own as well. So a lot to choose from if you're looking to add a guinea pig to your home this holiday season. Again, they are $5 instead of our normal $10 adoption fee through the entire month of December. So that's going to wrap it up for this half of the show. After the break, we will introduce you to some of the many cats and kittens that are here at the shelter right now and go over, again, that great promotion that we have for those animals during the month of December.
The Frederick County Sheriff's Office now offers fingerprinting services 3 days per week, from Tuesday through Thursday. Our goal is to make it more convenient for citizens to have fingerprints taken for employment, licenses, permits, and other important issues like adoption and child care services. The Sheriff's Office will continue to accept credit and debit cards, checks, and money orders as payment for fingerprint fees. Cash is not accepted. For more information, contact the Fingerprint Information Line at 301-600-4058.
Welcome back. As we've been talking about for several weeks now, we have a large cat and kitten population right now. Our average December total animal population is generally around 150 animals. Right now we have approximately 180 cats, and our overall population is around 260 animals. So we have a large number, above average number of animals in our care right now. So to make sure that we have enough space for all of the animals that need our services, we have reduced our adoption rates, as we mentioned earlier in the show, for our guinea pigs, but also for our cats and kittens. That's been going on since November. So if you were to adopt any of our cats and kittens during the month of December, like Egypt here, then you would get a $22 adoption fee. That's not because they're any, again, less worthy, but it's because we have a lot of animals here, and we do not euthanize for population control or length of stay. So we need to create more space for the animals that are still coming in and need our services. So to get the other animals home, we've reduced their adoption fees. Egypt here, even though he might seem like a new resident, he's been in our care for quite some time. He's been in a foster home. When Egypt was brought to us, he had various wounds on him, wounds of unknown origin, wounds that we didn't know where they came from. We wouldn't know if those animals could have been a rabid animal that had attacked him primarily. So when animals come in with wounds of unknown origin, before they can be adopted out, they have to go into a 4-month quarantine. So Egypt is a very friendly, handsome guy, and he was able to spend 4 months in a foster home where we were able to give him everything that he needed and monitor him to make sure that he was a healthy animal. And now that he is healthy, he has made his way back to the adoption floor after his quarantine period was over. He's been given a clean bill of health, and now he's looking for a forever home. He's about 1 year old. We have already neutered him. And so he's ready to go. He has those nice big tomcat cheeks. He's just a very big, sweet, handsome guy. He's been a little bit shy since he came back. Just it's an unfamiliar place. He's used to living in a home environment, but now he's living in the shelter with lots of other animals, things like that. He was an animal that was previously owned when he came to us. So the family did fill out an application, or a personality profile rather. They owned him for about 8 months, so they got him when he was a kitten. They got him when he was about 2 months old, and then they found out that their son was allergic. So they brought him to us. He's been around children of all ages. He's a lap cat, as you can see. He's been around dogs as well. So there's a lot of wonderful things about Egypt. If you're looking to add a big, handsome lap cat to your family, then you can stop in and visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Next, we have a twofer for you. These guys are Levi and Luna. Over on Tammy's lap on the blue towel, that big guy is Levi, and over here with me is Luna. These guys are kind of from the same litter, but they got separated in foster care and they went into different foster homes. There was a lot of animals that kind of were hanging out in that same cage, and all of the other ones have been adopted. They were all little black and white cats. And these are the only two left, and they've been reunited, and now they hang out together. Levi is much larger than Luna, and he has more like a blacker tone to him, whereas she has a little bit of sun bleaching on her fur, so she has some kind of like, I like to think of them as little brown highlights in there. So they are a little bit different in their size, but they're both very sweet, affectionate kittens. And we talked earlier about how a lot of the kittens have been, you know, they filled up on applications. And so there aren't as many small kittens available for adoption left. And these guys don't have any applications, so they are, you know, ready, willing, and able to go to a new forever home. We would make sure that they are spayed and neutered. They could go separately or together. And they, you know, kittens do really well together. They cuddle together. They provide each other with a playmate. They keep each other company when you're not home. So they can get all of those things from one another, so that if, you know, you're busy, they don't necessarily need to be bugging you for that same attention, because they have someone else who can provide it for them. Black kittens, black cats, even black dogs sometimes get overlooked because there's just not something about them that makes them stand out amongst all the other animals. And these guys have been with us for about a month, so, you know, most of the other cats that we have left are different colors. They're brown tabbies, they're gray. We have a lot of torties right now, so there's something that definitely makes their patterns, color patterns, stick out. And these guys sometimes blend into their cage because of the dark stainless steel cages that we have. But they're going to make a great addition to any home, and we hope that they find it soon. We've had a lot of kittens that have been spending the majority of their childhood here with us, and we want to make sure that these guys get to spend the rest of their kittenhood in a nice, loving home, where they can be played with and cuddled with and given all of those things that they need and want and deserve. If you're interested in adding 1 or 2 adorable little black kittens to your family, stop in and visit them here at Frederick County Animal Control. If you want to see if they're still open for more applications, you can always give us a call. Our number is 301-600-1546. This is Tinker, and Tinker came to the shelter in mid-August. She came in with a litter of kittens. So she went into our foster care program so that she could take good care of her little babies, and then when all of the babies and the were ready to be made available for adoption, when they were able to kind of be on their own, she came back, and then the babies come back when they're, you know, of the appropriate size and weight to be made available for adoption. And as it goes with all of the moms that come back to the shelter, the kittens go and the moms linger, and unfortunately they get overlooked. And Tinker is just one of several of those types of cats that we have available. Dixie, who is one of our longest residents with over 150 days in the shelter, is also one of our moms. And so, you know, just because they're not tiny anymore doesn't mean that they don't still have value and they're not going to be great pets. You know, sometimes people often forget when they're looking at those adorable tiny kittens like Levi and Luna that they grow up to be the same size as Tinker or Egypt or any of the cats that we've seen on the show that are adults. And Tinker herself, she's not that old. You know, she's just a year old. When she had her kittens, she was still a kitten herself. So, you know, she's got a lot of life left to live, and she's, you know, another one of those cats that's not reaching out for you, which is why it's great to have her on the show today so she could get a little bit of exposure, because she's not demanding for attention. She's very relaxed, very calm. A lot of our volunteers really like her, and again, that Facebook page is a good resource because they go on and write about their interactions with her. You know, she'll sit on your lap and hang out, and she hasn't, you know, when I picked her up, she went right into her carrier. You take her out and put her back on Tammy's lap. She doesn't seem overly afraid. She seems comfortable. She seems confident in what she's doing, and she's a beautiful cat. She's you know, got those great gray tabby markings, and she's going to make a wonderful addition to any family. Another thing that kind of makes it harder to take a look and notice her is that she's on one of our bottom cages. When you're looking for a pet, when you come into the shelter, look in all of the cages. Don't just glance at what's eye level, because a lot of our amazing cats are on those bottom spaces. Sometimes it's because they're larger and they can't fit through the portholes. Because we do get some big cats, and it's not necessarily that they're overweight and unhealthy. It's just that they're larger. Like Egypt is a large guy. And sometimes we just don't have any other spaces, so they have to go down there. So you just want to make sure that you're looking at everything and really look around. Some of them blend in, like Tinker with those stainless steel cages. Because of her coloring, it makes her harder to see. So you definitely want to investigate all of the animals that are available before making a final decision about who you want to bring into your home. And like I said, you won't know until you take them out. She might not be reaching out for you, but when she comes and you take the time to visit with her, you'll see how truly wonderful and calm she is, and that might be exactly what you're looking for. If you're interested in adding Tinker or any of the other moms that we have available for adoption to your home, stop in and visit with them. Again, we are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. The last cat that we have for you today is Cranberry. Cranberry is a beautiful gray domestic medium hair. She came to us as a stray, and she came in November when we were naming everything kind of after Thanksgiving stuff. So she was named Cranberry. She came in with about the same time as Spud and Tater, Goose, Giblet, Gobble, Sage, all of those kind of food names. And she's, Thanksgiving has come and gone, and now she's hoping that she can be the cranberry that you need for your Christmas tree, so that, you know, she can spend the holidays with a loving family and a loving home. She, again, is about a year old, and she came to us as a stray, so we don't really know much about her. We're just figuring that out as we go along, as we spend more time with her, get used to her. She is color-coded orange. We do use a color coding system that kind of talks about the personality, behavior of our animals here. And orange means average, which typically means that they'll sit on your lap when they want to sit on your lap, and when they want to be left alone, they'll go off by themselves. They kind of do what they want to do when they want to do it, which is normal cat behavior. A lot of our volunteers, again, really enjoy sitting with her because she's very calm. She's got that great medium hair coat. She's very soft and fluffy, and she's happy and content just to sit on your lap. A lot of people want the rambunctious cat, but a lot of people are looking for those mellow cats that are just going to be good companions, and we have a lot of those right now, and they're the ones that tend to get overlooked. Again, Cranberry's on one of our bottom cages, so because of the color of her fur and that it's lower to the ground, it makes her hard to see. She's easy to miss, but she's definitely a cat that you don't want to miss because she is amazing. She's got those great eyes, she's got that beautiful coat, and she's just got the great personality to go along with the great looks that she has. Because she is, you know, one of our cats that we have right now, and all of the cats and kittens are $22. She will be going home for that $22 adoption fee during the month of December. All of the animals, the cats, dogs, kittens, puppies, and rabbits, we make sure they're spayed or neutered before they leave here. The cats and dogs are microchipped. They get their rabies and distemper vaccines. Dogs get Bordetella. They get county licenses. They get flea and tick preventative. They get dewormer. They get a free well visit to the vet. So you really can't beat all that you're getting when you're adopting from us for the price that we offer, and even at our normal price. And now it's even lower at that $22 mark. So if you're looking to add a pet to your family, now is the time. We have a lot of animals to choose from regardless of what you're looking for. Cat, dog, rabbit, guinea pig. We have plenty to choose from, and we're trying to get as many of our animals adopted into loving homes for the holidays. So it's a great time to, again, stop in and visit with us. For more information about any of our promotions, you can always stop in and visit, or you can give us a call at 301-600-1546. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pet Pals. We hope that you'll tune in next week, where we introduce you to several more of the animals that are looking for forever homes here at our facility.